It's 1 minute till showtime.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please. My Tuesday evening live stream. I do it every Tuesday. No, that's not true. I do it most Tuesdays. And, you know, it's just a hangout. Just having fun, playing games. On today's show, for example, we got some games. Coffee might make a return in some form to the show. I have a top 15 list. But longtime viewers of the show know that before I do any of that, I like to celebrate the first 3 chatters that made their way into this chat over here. Let's do that. Your chat might be different than mine, but according to my screen, today's gold medalist, it's Joey's World. Congratulations with the moons. Somebody saw my thumbnail. Paul Eichenlaub is today's silver medalist. Congratulations. And coming in third with the bronze, Eric Newman. Thanks, guys, for being the first 3 in the chat. I sure do appreciate it. It is fun to see who will be on the medal stand every week. Coming in a close fourth is Noah. Welcome in, Noah. Get him next time. But Noah's always up there. Dreamer Deborah, hello to you. A very close 5th. Michelle the Quilter also here, rounding out the top 6. I'll stop that now. Yeah, it's exciting. Every week for me. I just like hearing the music, too. Well, I started the show a few seconds early today, and I don't know if I like that. Sometimes I start it late. That's okay. But, no. Whatever. Thanks, everybody, for being here. My mind is wandering. Focus. All right, here we go. Back to this. Here we are. Okay. What do I have? Oh, I mentioned right at the top of the show, it's been a while since I've even mentioned anything about drinking coffee on the show, but it is, and I'm not drinking it, but there's some coffee news, so I thought, well, that's worth a revisit to one of my favorite segments on the show.
Great coffee is easy, Mrs. Olson.
Coffee's for closers only.
I set high standards for myself. I set high standards for my coffee.
Picks you up, calms you down. It's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
Rachel Fithian, welcome in. And Surfbum is also here. Hello to you. And Jim said it before, say it again. You and Corey have the best hair on YouTube. Thank you. I have the second best. Okay, coffee news. This is concerning educators in the state of Florida. Now, it might be other areas as well. But here in Florida, where school has already started, teachers are back to work. McDonald's restaurants are offering teachers a free Egg McMuffin and free coffee. So if you're an educator in my area, this is for you. This week only, but I believe they're doing this at other times in other areas of the country. For example, where I'm from, up north, school didn't start until after Labor Day. So I believe McDonald's will roll out something at that time in September for teachers up there. But as it stands here, you get both. It's not one or the other. Egg McMuffin, coffee, and it's all week this week. I get to school too early to take advantage of that, I think. What time does McDonald's even open? I don't even know. They probably open at like 6, no doubt. So maybe it's not too early. But I don't. It's out of my way, so I probably won't be doing it. But what is on my way is a Wawa gas station. If you're not familiar, Wawa is I believe a Philadelphia-based gas station with a. When you think of gas station sandwiches, that has a negative connotation. But Wawa's got a dedicated, like, deli counter, and people order their sandwiches on their app and stuff. I only ever get coffee there. And the reason I bring up Wawa and coffee is because they put out a press release saying that their pumpkin spice coffee is back. It is pumpkin season at Wawa. So I'm very excited about that, because if there's two things I love, it is coffee and pumpkin spice coffee. I guess that's one thing. Anyway, and then next month here, Wawa will be offering free coffee all month to teachers. So I will be taking advantage of that as well. Oh, Noah, you're right. McDonald's used to do 24 hours. I don't know if any of them around here do. Or if I ever knew. I don't know. I don't often go to McDonald's, so and if I remember correctly, they had specific breakfast hours. I don't know if they do breakfast all day now. I'm not sure. Great question. What is this now? Yes, they do. The coffee is off the hook any day over Starbucks. Yeah, I seldom go to Starbucks. And it's cheaper than Starbucks, right? I believe. Everything's cheaper than Starbucks, I think. Anyway, but, I wouldn't turn down Starbucks coffee, of course. Yes. Well played. Where's my... sorry, I got it out of hand. Pepper Tree Villa is in the house. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. And my parents are here. Hello. I was just talking about pumpkin spice coffee. It's now available at Wawa. Wawa's not everywhere. I know it's regional, especially in Pennsylvania, and now it's here. I don't know exactly where Wawas are, but it's here, so that's kind of all I care about. Anyway, let's move on. I have been teasing a neighborhood wilderness segment that could be better for the month of October. I'm pushing that back. I was toying with playing it this week, but I actually have another one that I think is a little bit cooler, and I want everybody to see that right now. before I get to the neighborhood wildlife, I realized I have had this Wawa coffee. I got this last September, and I've had it on my shelf back here for almost a year. I guess just as a little bit of coffee tchotchke back here. But this was one of the free coffees I got last year, and I go for the 24-ouncer because it's all the same price, the smallest of sizes or this one, the largest they offer, and I even saved the little sleeve. Anyway, what am I talking about? Oh yeah, neighborhood wildlife. I'm going to show you this picture. This little guy, I don't have video of this. I actually wasn't even home when this guy visited our home. But my wife took some pictures. So, and I guess my son spotted him. And I'll show you who he is in a second. But I believe, as the story goes, my son just thought it was a bit of dirt on the lanai. We have some pavers in the backyard. But then he noticed it was moving slowly and deliberately toward our house. So I'm going to show you the first picture I have of it. Hopefully you can see that. And you can kind of see the dirt on the other side of the screen. That's from weather. I try to keep it clean. But you see that little dark spot there on the pavers? I'm going to give you a closer look at it. There's another one. There's another angle of it. That, my friends, is a baby snapping turtle. Now, we have a... where are my comments? There. We have a retention pond behind our house, and we have not seen the parent of this little guy, but I think this dude is about the size of a tea bag, and he had to walk a long way to make it to our home. I think there's an even closer shot here. Try to zoom in a bit. And again, I didn't see this guy. He was relocated. My son got the dustbin and kind of nudged him into the dustbin so that we could take him back to the retention pond where I think he will live, hopefully. So there is one more picture, and it's of the underside of this guy, and it's when he was being nudged into the dustbin. Here it is. That's him on his shell. So we're looking at his belly, I guess. He's fine, not injured. I mean, he's got a shell. He's a Ninja Turtle, right? And he was put on back onto where he can walk again. But I'm looking forward to seeing him when he's older. Might be a her. I don't know. But that was kind of exciting to see those pictures. And we have snapping turtles around here. I did not know that. I've seen other turtles. And I don't know if you can appreciate how far that little guy had to walk. About 20 yards. If he came from the pond. Yeah. Jim's Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Yes, if only I had the theme music ready. That would be copyrighted probably, but yes. Indeed. So yeah, I wanted to bring that to you, and I still have one in the can that I can show you another time. We can call him Bitey, Snappy, Smiley. I see. Yes. I don't even know what they eat. Let's see. What's my mom saying? Didn't we see him last year in the front among the plants? Oh, wait a minute. That rings a bell. I forgot about that. Did I mention that on the show? I would have. Thanks, Mom. I forgot about that. I think, yeah, man. Was that a snapping turtle? I don't remember. That rings a bell. Thanks for ringing that bell. All right. What's next? Oh, yes, of course. I've had some fun with a brand new TikTok filter. Well, it's not brand new, but I don't think, but it's brand new to me. Today's TikTok filter, and I don't know if you follow me on TikTok, you'll realize that everything I show here on my live stream, I don't post to TikTok. I don't know why. I don't know. I just like showing you guys. This one, and I forget the exact name, but the topic of this filter is Top Gun, the Tom Cruise movie from 1986, 7. Anyway, 8. What this filter does is there's a sort of a famous promotional picture from that film, and it's Tom Cruise in front of an American flag sitting in the his fighter jet. It's on the ground, and he's got the glass, whatever you call that, the top of the cockpit part. It's open, and he's kind of given the like this. Like that pose with the thumbs up. And what it does is it takes a picture of you and then puts your face where Tom Cruise's face should be. So what you're going to see is me creating this picture. Here we go. It's going to... So that's Tom Cruise on the bottom. And there he is. It's just fun. It's just fun. I don't know if that I mean it's cool and how seamless a silly TikTok filter is. That, like, if I needed to Photoshop my face onto Tom Cruise's face, it would take me a while to get it to look as good as that was. So I'm still amazed with how good some of those filters look. Anyway, that's what I got. I've abandoned the comments. If you're just joining us, as Movie Mania Nick has joined us, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Kathy Hollister, I see your name in the chat as well. Good to see you too. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Birdwell is also here. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today. I have to take the when I get things ready for the show, I have to take the chat off the screen for a bit, so I fall behind, and I got to catch up to see who is joining us today. So. Thanks, everybody, for spending a bit of your Tuesday with me and with all of us. Julie C. is here as well. Hello to you. I hope you're well. All right. Let's play Chrono Photo. Hey, it worked. I can't get I don't know how to get the ads off. There's not like a pay option. Not that I would pay for this, but you know how you can pay for a streaming service, like YouTube, for example. You can pay and get YouTube Premium, so to get rid of the ads and stuff like that. Chrono Photo doesn't have that. But let me make it a little bit bigger. I think it's probably just my headset. There we... Hello? Yes. Okay. The connection I have plugged into my audio board here is loose, and I just couldn't hear myself for a second. All right. Let's see. Let's focus on the picture. Chronophoto, by the way, just if you're new to this, we're going to be shown 5 photos. We have to guess in which year these photos were all taken. They're different years. Each picture was taken in a different year. Or maybe they're not. Could be the same year, although I've never come across that. We use the slider on the bottom to select the year we choose. We can go all the way from the year 1900 to 2022. That's our range. All right, so as we look at today's first picture, it's in black and white. Their hairstyles and clothing look 60s or 70s to me. I'm going to zoom in a little bit over here on the left. I don't know where this is. I don't know where these people are. It looks like they're leveling some ground, planting a garden, building a new compound. I don't know who these people are. Why are there so many bars on the windows to that place? What is going on? Is this a cult? I don't know, and I don't recognize anybody in here. There's no famous people, so that doesn't give me a clue. But if I had to guess initially, I'm guessing late 60s, early 70s. And I'm kind of leaning late or early 70s. But I'd love to see what everybody in the chat thinks. Ben is here. Welcome in, Ben. Just got home from work. Thanks for delaying whatever you do after work to put on my live stream. I appreciate it. All right, Nick says 1973. Paul Eichenlaub says 1972. Marlene, welcome in, says 1976. Rachel says 58. Noah says 75. Mom says 71. Kathy says 73. PTV says 69. Michelle says 68. Surf Bum, 68. A couple of 68s. Oh, and Keith's here. Welcome in. BDF. I am... A lot of 60s in your guesses. I'm leaning 70. So what I'm going to do is say 1970. Here we go. Survey says 77. Who are these people? Let me look at this picture again. 77. Is this some sort of Eastern Bloc country? Maybe 77. I guess. I don't know. Kind of thrown on that one. That was later than I thought. We earned, out of a possible 1,000 points, we earned 513. So we can do better, but we've certainly done worse. Let's move on to our second picture. Let's see if we can't do better. All right, Las Vegas. Now, some clues initially. This is downtown Las Vegas. Fremont Street, is that what it's called? And this is... some clues here. This is before they built that covered, lighted thing over the street, which was built in the 90s. But let's take a look at the automobiles here. That will give us our best clue. And we can only see the top of this nearest car to us. And I'm not great with this, so if my dad is watching... He knows when cars were made. This truck and again, this truck could be 20 years old in the picture, so you got to be careful. But it gives us a ballpark in which to guess. You know, like that taxi. The taxi probably would be a current model car in relation to when this picture was taken. I'm guessing. I don't know that taxi company. I'm just guessing. Down the street, what do we have? If I zoom in too much, I lose a bit of resolution. So, and people are difficult to see in the picture. If I had to guess, and I do have to guess eventually, I'm going to go early 70s again. Or maybe mid 70s. But I don't know. Let me zoom out all the way. I think all of these casinos, by the way, in this picture have been there a long time. Maybe I'm wrong about that. For instance, I see the year 1905 on the Golden Nugget signage. You know, so that casino's been there a while. I don't think it's been there since 1905. The downtown Las Vegas isn't that old, is it? I thought it was late 40s. I don't know anymore. But let me return to the chat. Keith's watching on a smart TV, so I'm a pretty good size. All right. It is Fremont Street. Mike Bush, welcome in. And thank you for your guess of 1974. I love that guess. Paul says 79. Marlene, 78. Ben says 88. PTV says it's before 86. No third brake lights on cars. Well, thank you, Columbo. That's a great observation. All right. So it's before 86, Ben. I'm just giving you a hard. Noah says 80. Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Thanks for being here. And thank you for your guess of 1975. I think I'm with you. Nick says 81. Mom says 83. Rachel says 89. Kathy says 79. Arjons, welcome in from the Contempo Cafe. Thanks for stopping in, Arjons. Do you have a guess? I like mid-70s. Who said 75? Jonathan Chong said that. I'm going to go 75. Now, I might be way off again, but I've got to make a guess, right? Here we go. Submitting my guess. 82. Who said 8? My mom said 83. Nick said 81. Great guesses, guys. Keith, I missed your comment. I saw a 1980 Ford Fairmont. Did they have Ford Fairmonts in 1980? I guess they did. Keith said so. Those were great guesses. Right around the correct answer. Again, we got 500 and some odd points here out of a possible 1,000. Let's move on. Okay. Now, if I knew anything about Navy vessels, I might be able to zero in on the year of this photo. As it stands, I do not know anything about Navy vessels. As a matter of fact, I'm only guessing this is a Navy vessel. USS Bonhomme Ricard. If this is a French name, I don't know. Can I zoom in? Okay, it looks like it's got a scorecard here for what this battleship, I guess. What the damage it's done. Like a list of destroyed jets and planes. Oh, it's a anti-aircraft specialty. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. We got some people here, but again, I don't know. Now it's in color, but could this be celebrating its victories or successes from World War II? Certainly, there are color. There's color film and photographs, I think, from World War II. They're not widespread or common, but they existed. I don't know anything about the USS Bonhomme Richard, if I'm even saying that right. I'm just guessing. So I'm going to Jim's initial guess here is shortly after World War II, even though this is a color photograph. So like 46. That would be my guess. But I haven't been very good at this today. So let's see what's in the chat here. All right. Noah says 1997. Nick says 44. Marlene says 98. Kathy says 56. We are all over the place here. 1999. It's either the 90s or the 50s or the 40s. I like this. At least I'm not alone in not having any clue of when this was. PTV says 49. Mom says 52. Doug says early 70s. All right, that's different. Paul says, oh, sorry, I was wrong. It was right after World War II. Surfbump says it's a carrier. Keith says, I believe that they saved the color photos for U.S. and allies and their heroes. Okay, all right. Jonathan Chung says 54. I'm guessing it's closer to right after World War II. I'm going 1947. And I could be totally wrong. Survey says 51. 51. My mom was 1 year off again. She said 52. Or perhaps it's my dad. Great guessing today. I'm going to rely on you for the next picture. All right, so we have 700 points that time. Let's move to picture number 4. Oh boy. Well, okay, we've got clues. All right, let's zoom in. Are there automobiles, or is everything a horse-drawn something or other? I can't. No, there are some horseless carriages here. Like right here in the middle, there's no horse there. So, or people dressed like they're about to board the Titanic? Kind of. Okay, well that's a clue. So this, I don't know where this is. Does anybody recognize this? Is this New York? Is this St. Patrick's Cathedral? And is there a St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York? I don't know what I'm talking about. It just looks like some sort of grand cathedral. Yeah, so this is World War I era. Or even before? No, it can't be too much before. If there's cars on the road, and there aren't many. There's still, it looks like everything's mostly horses with an occasional automobile. Looks like there's 2 right here. But I can't zoom in too much. We lose resolution. A lot of horses. So, like 1920? I don't know. When did, and those aren't Model Ts either. Or is it? No, I don't think so. No. So this is, and when was the Model T? When did that become popular? I don't really know. I'm thinking the 19 teens. That would be my guess. All right, let's look at the chat. All right. Oh, my dad is the one that guessed so closely. Well done, Dad. All right. For this one, Ben says 1911. Paul says 1910. PTV says 1903. Surfbum says St. Patrick's Cathedral? Yeah, I told you I don't know what I'm talking. 1918 from Kathy. Nick says 1914. Marlene says 1908. Noah says 24. 1912. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Hang on. Did I get that right? Is that St. Patrick's Cathedral? Surfbum is leading me to believe that that's it. Thank you. Or thanks for humoring me anyway. It could be something totally different. I wouldn't know any different. Okay, let's see. All right. I will now refer to Augram as my parents. Okay. So my parents say 1912. Jonathan Chong says 1923. Noah says, never mind, 1913. Keith says 1912. Surfbum says St. Patrick's Cathedral was dedicated in 1910. Ben is telling me St. Patrick's Cathedral is in Midtown Manhattan on 5th Avenue. Thank you for the info, guys. The Model T, Paul is telling me, Model T started production in 1908. That's so much earlier than I thought. Wow. Now, I don't see any banners or anything that this had to do with the cathedral's dedication. I mean, certainly there are people on the steps and whatnot, but this doesn't appear to be a cathedral-specific event. Well, maybe it is. Look at all the people. That's not normal. Let's go 1910. What did my dad say? I forget. Oh, 1912. It was dedicated in 1910. Let's go 1910. All right. Here we go. Here's our guess. 1904. Okay. We earned 575 points. We are scraping by with 2,300 points so far. Let's move on. And color photo? Oh my God. What am I looking? Oh boy. Dad, what year is this car? Let me just zoom in over here. How's that? Oh boy. Anybody recognize this guy in his boxers? Come on, Chrono Photo. What are you doing to me? It is a Pontiac something or other. You know what's funny about these old pictures like this is that guy's probably in his late 20s. And people just looked older then. All right. It is a 1954 Pontiac. So it's 54 or later. Who knows how old this car is in this picture? I mean, the guy's boxers look kind of old. So, yeah, Jonathan Chong's making the point I'm trying to make. But is this a restored car or original for the time? It's yeah. Okay. Well, that's okay. All right. Let me go back in the chat and see here. We've got Noah saying 1957. It is a 54 Pontiac. My dad tells me. Paul says 58. PTV says 55. Marlene says 55. Nobody has said 1956, so I'm going to say that. And that will be my guess. No, it'll be our guess. Survey says 52. Dad, what? So this guy's a time traveler. Thanks, everybody. What did we earn that time? 708. Well, was that our best showing? Second best. We ended up with 3,017 points. A little lull. We've been cracking for the 4,000 mark the past couple weeks, but I still have fun doing this. I don't care how we do. That's just a good time. Let's quickly, because I have it called up, and I've got a little bit of time. Let's go to Framed really quick, because I saw the first frame. This website, framed.wtf, shows you a frame from a movie. Not a TV show, but a movie. You got to guess what it is. If you miss, they show you a second picture to help you. And I saw this earlier, and I did not know from which movie this came from. I think this takes place in, if I had to guess, Los Angeles. In the early 90s. So I'm guessing maybe Boys in the Hood? I don't know. E.T., which is a great guess. I don't remember what that neighborhood looked like. I haven't seen E.T. in a while. But thank you, Kathy. That's a great guess. Oh, Marlene E. Eichenlaub says Sandlot, which I saw once a long time ago. But if you're saying it, I can say that too. Sandlot's not in their database. It's not coming up. It is not. Well, what about Boys? Boys in the Hood. That was my original guess. It is not Boys in the Hood. So we get a second picture. I know this isn't it, but this looks like the store in the beginning of Jaws where Brody goes to get the materials for making the beach closed signs right at the beginning of the movie. I know that's not it. I don't know. It's not E.T. It's not the Sandlot. Fridays, Surf Bum. I'll put it in because I'm lost. I don't know. Friday. Is it just Friday? You got it. Well done. Surf Bum for the win. I've never seen that movie, so that's why I was so lost. Regina King. Ice Cube. And the guy from the Jackie Chan movies. Yeah. And then what's this guy's name in the plaid? Is his name Clarence something? I don't remember. And yeah, okay. We're good. All right, everybody, let's take a quick intermission. I'm coming back with a top 15 list, and I will talk just a little bit about the thumbnail I made for this show. So stick around. I'll be back in 40 seconds.
We're certainly glad that you came to the show tonight, and we hope you're enjoying it thoroughly. Real enjoyment, of course, includes the outstanding feature films we offer and the outstandingly good refreshment you always find at our concession stand. If you haven't visited us yet, come on over. There's plenty of time to relax, refresh, and to select the foods and beverages you'll want to enjoy during the show. If you're in the mood for sandwiches, we've got them. Hamburgers, barbecue, hot dogs. Popcorn, of course, so golden and crisp. Candies that melt in your mouth. Plenty of ice-cold drinks. Hot coffee. Whatever your refreshment mood might be, we can satisfy it. See you soon at the concession stand.
Can anybody tell me, I know I ask this every week, if Mouse Talk is planning on going live at 8 o'clock, or perhaps they're live already? Let me know. I'll try to keep my eye on the chat here. Chris Tucker, that name escaped me. Thank you very much, Nick. Yes. I just saw him on my screen recently. Why was that? Doesn't matter. All right. Today, the thumbnail for my show today, and I never really know what to make my... quite often, I don't know what to make the thumbnail for my show about. So I look online, and I saw that it was Chant at the Moon Day. I didn't know what that was, but I immediately thought, you know what? I'll put Eric Idle on the moon in the Journey into Imagination ride, at Epcot. I'm going to make that image my thumbnail. It just gave me a reason to use that image. But I really didn't know. I briefly read what it was about, and it was something to do with cherries, I thought. So I... wrong mouse. I've got two mouses here. All right. Chant at the Moon Day, as it turns out, is some sort of marketing scheme. This annual event was inspired by the Wenatchee, Washington-based fruit grower Stemilts. According to local legend, harvesting Stemilts cherries around the full moon makes them sweeter. The moon's gravitational pull enhances the tree roots, where the cherries are grown. Stemilt decided all this sweetness deserved a celebration. So, Chant at the Moon Day. So it's regional, and nobody really practices chant. Nobody does anything on Chant at the Moon Day outside of their storefront. But then came what do I make a top 15 list about? So about the moon? No, it's about cherries. I love cherries, and more so now than I did just a couple weeks ago, and I'll explain that when I get to it. So I've come up with 15 great cherry facts. I'll put this up there in case somebody's... Oh, Noah says, Mouse Talk's already live for the Halloween party. Mouse... Oh, thank you, Sir Bum. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Nick. They're already live. Okay, so... Let me get through this quick so we can see what the Halloween party is all about. And we can see if they're dressed up as anything. If they are, I hope it's just a t-shirt that says something, because it is hot. It is still 91 degrees at 7:47. Okay. And that's at the airport, I think. All right. Let's go. Number 15. The history of cherries? Yes. Okay, I'll show you an image as I talk. And I'll try to be quick here. Cherry trees are thought to have originated in the fertile regions of Turkey and Southwest Asia before quickly spreading around the globe as people recognized the fruit's deliciousness and versatility. Cultivated cherry trees grown specifically to produce fruit have been documented in ancient Rome as far back as 72 BC. There are still living cherry trees that date almost as far back as that. At least 3 cherry trees thriving in Japan today are estimated to be more than 1,000 years old. The oldest on the grounds of Jisuji Temple in the city of Hokuto in central Japan is thought to be nearly 2,000 years old. It stands just over 30 feet tall and has a remarkably dense trunk that's approximately the same circumference. So, yes, cherries, been around forever, and they're from Turkey and Southwest Asia. All right. Number 14. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. I'm just getting things ready here. 14. I had my pictures all screwed up. Not that you need... This is just a standard picture of a cherry. Number 14. Their iconography is steeped in meaning. The dark red flesh of the fruit and its blood-colored juice are often associated with the human body, with the pit inside symbolizing new life or rebirth. In ancient Greek mythology, cherry trees contained the, quote, elixir, unquote, that gave gods their immortality, while ancient Chinese lore said the magical phoenix slept on a bed of cherry blossoms to attain everlasting life. In Buddhism, cherries represent fertility and femininity, since the mother of Buddha was said to be supported by a holy cherry tree as she gave birth. How about that? All right. Number 13. Oh, yes. Okay. This is a quicker one. Cherries have many national days. You know, I look up the national days to celebrate to see if there's anything I care to mention on my live stream. But January 3rd, for example, is National Chocolate-Covered Cherry Day. April 23rd is National Cherry Cheesecake Day. May 17th is National Cherry Cobbler Day. May 26th is National Cherry Dessert Day. August 28th, which is coming up, I should have saved all this for then, is National Cherry Turnover Day. And finally, the last one I have here is September 24th, and that is National Cherries Jubilee Day. Where's just regular Cherry Day? I don't know, and I forgot to look it up. Oh. Number 12, we're learning about cherries here. Number 12, take a gamble on cherries, it says. In the gambling world, cherries are king, especially on slot machines. The reason, according to Professor Slots John Friedel, when slot machines were first invented in the early 1900s, a number of cities quickly banned them. To circumvent these new laws on cash-paying slot machines, Friedel says, manufacturers began turning their gaming devices into chewing gum dispensers. Numbers were replaced with fruit symbols, and when you got 3 in a row, you won a piece of gum. Since cherry-flavored treats were most popular at the time, 3 cherries ultimately became the biggest and most desired win. That's why there are cherries on slot machines. It's just a thing. A holdover from the days of gum slot machines. Okay. Next, it's likely, 11. It's likely George Washington never cut down a cherry tree. Almost everyone knows the tale of a 6-year-old George Washington, the future first president of the United States, chopping down his father's cherry tree. When confronted, he famously admitted, "I cannot tell a lie. I did cut it with my hatchet," causing his father to forgive him for his incredible honesty in the face of adversity. However, according to the Mount Vernon historians who run the George Washington Museum, that iconic story is a fabrication made up by Washington biographer Mason Locke Weems in 1800 to help bolster public opinion of Washington, who had recently died, and of course to help sell his book. So he didn't really chop down a cherry tree. Why would he do that? He was 6. Why, Mr. Washington, why are you letting your 6-year-old carry around a hatchet? You're going to lose a cherry tree like that. All right, number 10 on the list. We're counting down. Cherry stuff. Number 10. Let me get it ready. There are 2 main types of cherries grown in the United States. More than 1,000 varieties of cherries grow in the wild, but fewer than 10 are grown commercially to produce fruit. 2 main types of cherries are produced in the United States: sweet cherries and tart or sour cherries, according to the USDA Agricultural Marketing Service. Most sweet cherries, such as the heart-shaped Bing, the large bright red Lambert, and the gold-toned Rainier, are grown in California, Washington, and Oregon. Tart cherries are mostly grown in Michigan and Wisconsin. The top cherry-producing country globally, however, is Turkey, where cherries come from. Yeah. More on Michigan coming up. Number 9. Here we go. They're a superfood. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Cherries are jam-packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that are good for your health. To sweeten the deal, they're low in calories, too. Among other benefits, they fight inflammation and diseases, promote more restful sleep. They soothe sore muscles, prevent and ease arthritis pain. They protect your heart. They improve blood sugar levels. And they also lower the risk of colon cancer. How about that? Superfood indeed. All right. Number 8. And this is why I have grown to further appreciate cherries lately. Number 8. Turn the page. Is about how cherries and cherry juice can help with your gout. Yes, I occasionally have a gout flare-up because my uric acid levels are higher than they should be. A painful gout attack occurs when excess uric acid. Did I say uric acid before? I meant to. A painful gout attack occurs when excess uric acid in the body forms crystals that collect in one or more joints, causing inflammation. Cherries have been shown to lower the levels of uric acid in the body and therefore might lower the risk of a gout attack. One large online survey asked people with gout to report their experiences over the course of 1 year. People answered questions about their intake of cherries and cherry extract, alcohol, and certain foods and medications in the 2 days leading up to a gout attack. The survey results found that people who ate cherries or supplemented with cherry extract were 37% less likely to report gout attacks than people who had no cherry intake. The survey also found that people who ate cherries or supplemented with cherry extract and also took allopurinol, a drug prescribed to reduce urate in the blood, were 75% less likely to report gout attacks than people who did neither. For this study, researchers defined one serving of cherries as half a cup, or about 10 to 12 cherries. More than 3 servings did not seem to provide additional benefits, however. So, in the past year, I've had 6 gout flare-ups, and they're always in one of my big toes. Dean, welcome in. Good to see you. What was I saying? Oh, gout, yes. So, gout, it's super painful to walk on whichever foot, and it's happened to both. Not at the same time, but it's either my left foot or my right foot that is very painful and very difficult to walk on. And so I'm leaning toward eating more cherries, drinking more cherry juice, which can be very tart cherry juice, and not from concentrate. That's the best stuff. The stuff from concentrate's good too, but it's not as good, is what I've heard. And Trader Joe's has a delicious tart cherry juice, not from concentrate. Publix locally here has something called Cheribundi, which is a tart cherry juice, not from concentrate. I've seen such juice also at Sprouts. Anywhere, it's everywhere. Okay, moving on. Enough about my foot. All right, where are we? Number 7. We're counting down why cherries are so great. Oh, also from Trader Joe's. I was thinking about bringing them out here, and then I forgot all about that. But last time I was there, about a week and a half ago, I got a bag of dried cherries, which I've had many times before, and they are wonderful. They're better than raisins, and they are better than craisins. Dried cherries are great. Anyway, where was I? Number 7. There is a cherry that's actually pickled, and you know what I'm talking about. Maraschino cherries, the popular ice cream sundae topping and cocktail garnish, are pickled in a brine of salt water before being dumped back into that famous red sugary syrup. They're also loaded with red food coloring to get them that color. Now, maraschino cherries originated in Croatia in the 1800s. And there is a brand of Italian maraschino cherry that's still available in stores, and I can't remember the name of it. But, yeah. I've never loved maraschino cherries. They just seemed fake to me, but they're real cherries. They've just been soaking in brine and loaded with food coloring. So, yeah. Kathy's glad she has cherries in the house right now. Absolutely, as am I. Mr. Fulton Mraz, welcome in. Headed to the Indiana State Fair. We'll have a blast. What kind of new food should I try? Spicy chicken and waffles or a walking burger? If you can, try both. Or all. I guess that's 3 things. Or no, spicy chicken and waffles is one thing. Walking burger. I don't know what that is. You just walk when you eat it? I doubt it. I don't know. PTV has put dried cherries on their salads. Having some tonight. Yes. Dean says things that cause gout: steak, shellfish, and beer. And I will tell you, the last time I had gout is I had a beer the night before. I'm not a huge drinker. I still had maraschino cherries on the screen. But I had a beer the night before, and sure enough, the next day, my foot was killing me. So even less beer for me now. All right. And then I thought when I first got it, I was going to town on ice cream a lot. So I thought sugars. And I believe excess sugar is bad, especially high fructose corn syrup. Super bad for gout. All right. Number 6. Where are we? Where am I? Oh, yeah, back to Michigan. Here we go. Traverse City, Michigan is known as the cherry capital of the world. I've been there a few times. Today, Michigan is the big producer in the cherry growing business with more than 30,000 acres of cherry trees. In the Traverse City region alone, a whopping 4 million trees produce 150 to 200 million pounds of tart cherries annually. Traverse City's annual National Cherry Festival started in the 1920s as an informal Blessing of the Blossoms ceremony. Now it's a week-long festival attended by people from all over the world. Traverse City is a beautiful area. A lot of people from Chicago summer up there, and celebrities. There's a few celebrities that have places in Traverse City. It's beautiful in the summer and in the fall when the colors change, by the way. And I've gotten cherries from Traverse City when we were there. It's just what you do. All right, number 5. Oh, another city known for their cherries. Number 5. Actually, it's a whole county. Door County, Wisconsin is nicknamed Cherryland, USA. It was once the number 1 grower of cherries in the U.S. during the 1950s. Door County produced 95% of the nation's tart cherries with more than 1 million cherry trees. Today, there are only 2,500 acres of cherry orchards in the county. That's still a lot. Door County residents pride themselves on their cherries. Go to any restaurant, you'll likely find a cherry special on the menu. So, yeah, you can see Green Bay's right there, and it's that little peninsula that sticks out into Lake Michigan. That is Door County, Wisconsin. All right. Number 4. Okay, speaking of Michigan and Wisconsin and other places, but mostly those two places, the Midwest has ideal weather conditions for growing tart cherries. It's no coincidence that Michigan and Wisconsin produce so many. The land off Lake Michigan is ideal for cherry trees. Weather conditions prevent early frost, and the light wind helps pollinate the trees. Alkaline soil and shallow limestone deposits are also beneficial. There had to be a reason. Number 3. Here we go, talking cherries. And what is it? Oh, Japanese cherry blossom trees don't really produce fruit. Or if they do, you can't eat it. Despite the name, cherry trees don't always produce cherries. Most varieties are ornamental, not fruit-bearing trees. Don't bother picking cherries from the picturesque cherry blossoms that emerge in Washington, D.C. every spring. Although incredibly beautiful to look at, these trees, which number in the thousands and were a gift to D.C. from the city of Tokyo in 1912, they either don't produce fruit or produce fruit you cannot eat. According to the National Parks Service, the only cherries you get from them are tiny, black, and bitter with a giant pit in the center. But they are beautiful for a short time, aren't they? I've never been there for I've been to Washington, D.C., but never for not that time of year. Okay, I've got a video for this next one. Number 2, and a picture. I'll show you the picture first. Number 2, a cherry tree can be harvested in 7 seconds. All right, what you're looking at here is a tree shaker. It's a mechanical tree shaker. The laborious process of hand-picking cherries now takes a mere 7 seconds. Efficiency has its price, though, because the machine is so intense, it shortens a tree's life by 7 years. A cherry tree can be harvested up to 6 or 7 times during the same season also. So now, let me show you. Let me go back to me. I've got a video somewhere of a tree shaker. Don't I? I thought I did. Oh, yeah, right here. Here we go. I'll just show a little bit of this. So instead of hand-picking cherries off of trees, and they've been doing this for a while now, but if you've never seen it, it's quite interesting. This is a machine that shakes the cherries off the trees.
Here we are in Boyd Trama's old orchard.
And this is from a video called Cherry Tree Shaking, 7/17/2013, from a channel, Rick Tromater, Trommater. This is his video. It's on YouTube.
That's how it's done. Shaker boom.
So this particular tree shaker wraps a tarp around the tree. It grabs it with a claw, and then it vibrates it. It does it again. And then you can see the cherries on the conveyors on either side of the driver of this machine. How about that? Again, not my video. PTV was in. They were in DC in 2008 during the cherry blossom time, and it was beautiful. I'll bet. Not bet. I bet. No doubt. I've only seen pictures, but yes. Dean's been to Traverse City and had cherry pie there with a fish boil. The cherry shake, yes. Where's the... Yeah. All right, finally, are we at number 1? We are. Okay, number 1. The average cherry tree has 7,000 cherries. That's right. A single tree can yield enough cherries to make 28 pies. If you're doing the math, that means the average cherry pie has about 250 cherries in it. I would not have thought that, but because I've never made one, I only eat them. That's my role. Almonds are harvested in the same way. I've seen that. So are olives, I believe. I believe they're harvested the same way, and there's probably more things as well. All right, it is 8:08. Let's first of all, thank you very much for joining me for another live stream. Hanging out, just having fun. Next week, more of the same shenanigans. But right now, let's head over to Mouse Talk. Let's tell him hello. Let's see if he has dressed up in a ridiculous Halloween costume. He's at the Magic Kingdom with Melissa, I'll bet. Walt and Melissa are there, and they are enjoying the Halloween party that has already started. And it is still in the 90s here. Oh, well, what are you going to do? All right, I can turn off my thing here. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me again. I will be back next week. See you over in a minute over at Mouse Talk to say hi to them. But until next week on this channel, goodbye.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.
What am I doing? Bye, everybody.